your host for today. We have 2 hours of Blitz coming at us. I see over 50 challenges ready to go. Before we start, this is in part a charity stream. Yes, so in combination with our usual Lichess Plays streaming, we are looking to raise funds for disaster relief. The earthquake, as you know, that affected Turkey and Syria is a very serious event. Last that I read, over 33,000 people have died. Absolutely tragic event. And we're trying to raise money for Médecins Sans Frontières today, also known as Doctors Without Borders in the English-speaking world. And you guys can donate. We got links on both Twitch and YouTube. So feel free to use those if you're inclined to donate. Of course, it's completely optional. But I believe Lichess will be doing a series of streams looking to raise money for that organization in order to support Turkey and Syria. So we'll be talking about that a little bit as we go on today. So let's get started. 75 challenges in the queue. Okay. Cassium, you are up first. Good luck to you. Let's play D4. Greetings to everyone just tuning in. Hello, No Shortcuts. Also, Mark R. Nathan Sharp. Lenny Edward Reynolds. Yes, as No Joke Chess just put in the chat, we'll have a number of streams in the coming days. Exactly. Thank you, Pierre Abelard, by the way, for subbing to the Lichess channel. 6 months. Okay, we have a Queen's Gambit declined here. Greetings, Morphy's Law. Nice to see a lot of familiar faces in the chat. Take on D5. I just got done playing a wild game right before I went live. Rapid game on Lichess. And I made a video about that. So I'm still coming down off of the back and forth excitement of that. Greetings, Cormac McCarthy. Also Peffim, Potless Flower. Okay, we'll go Queen C2. Yeah, a bit of a new board design for me. What do you guys think about it? Pull this bishop back to H4. And I think it should be !donate on Twitch. And YouTube, I see the Lichess account is putting in the link as well for their donation. Knight E2. I'm going to choose this plan where the idea is to castle, play for F3, E4, look to slowly advance in the center. Okay, and I think this move loses a pawn, so I can take on E7, and then I can capture on E4 twice. Which piece do I want to have when the dust settles? Let's take with the bishop. I like playing with my knights in Blitz, so I'll play it this way. Oh, and Cassium loses the queen. Maybe they thought I was going to take with the knight there, or just missed that their queen was attacked. Thank you for the game. So you want to delay the knight E4 move. Sometimes that move is played, but usually after black goes rook E8. So if you play this, you can work up to knight E4 in some cases. All right, thanks for the game. Patrick, you're up next. Let's play E4 here. Patrick Kellerman. Oh, Potless Flower is rooting for light mode. Yeah, we might have a revolt if I put light mode on. I might get kicked off of Lichess Plays permanently. Hello, Classy. Also, Michael. Are you there, Patrick? All right, Carol Khan. Let's play, I don't know, 2 knights variation. Let's go with that. H3, threaten the bishop. Take on F3. This is very solid for black. Absolutely solid variation. Let's go D4. It would be interesting to run a poll and see how many players use light mode. Do you guys know what the default is? Because I think the default used to be light mode, but I imagine it might have switched. Maybe it is. Oh, excellent. Pierre coming in. You guys see that? Pierre Abelard with the $100 donation getting us started here. There was already $70 donated prior to the stream starting. So, hey, thank you so much. We'll be mentioning it throughout this stream, but this is disaster relief for Turkey and Syria. And Pierre, you are a legend indeed. Big time donation there to start us off. And no joke chess, I heard that loud and clear on my end. So for other Lichess players, streamers who will be raising money for this, they will know that the alerts work. That was really loud. You guys heard that on your end? Sorry, let me turn down my speakers. that probably like jump scared a lot of you. Apologies for that. That's how much we thought of that $100 dono. I had my volume cranked all the way up because usually my alerts are pretty quiet. That one wasn't though. That was almost like that. What's that old like movie sound? You know, at the beginning of some movies from one of these like production studios. Like iconic little intro. I'm gonna take with the queen here because that looks fun. Nah, let's take with the knight. Let's take with the knight. The THX, yes, THX. That's what it sounded like on my end. A shortened version of that. Okay, I'll go king here. I guess it's going to kind of appear up there. Oh, Maddie C with the $10 donation as well. Just as I say that. I didn't realize those donos were going to appear. I wonder if that's going to interfere a bit. I may need to fix that coming up, but all right, let's keep going here and play. I feel like I might need to trade queens soon if I want to consolidate this position, but maybe I can go bishop h6 first. Bishop h6 hit the rook. Yeah, let's try to develop and do that. Let's go queen h5. Ragnar Rook with the $100 too. Oh my. Couple massive donations coming in. Ragnar Rook. Thank you so much. All right, let's bring this back now. I'm getting a little scared in this position. That is huge. Thanks again. I'm going to see if I can resize that maybe. I don't know if those disappear at some point. I suspect not. Also, Don with the $50 dono. Thank you. Already $330 raised. And it is not stopping, folks. You know what's not stopping is Patrick's attack here. I'm going to attempt to defend. Dave B's with the 20. Anonymous with the 20 as well. You guys are amazing. All right, let's go. Bishop f4, queen takes c2, and I think I'm still in trouble there. Do I have to play this move? Don't try this at home, folks. Do not open your king in this way if you're watching at home. Let's go here. I have to be very careful to defend. Okay, take. And then I'm going to go here. Just absolutely try to get a pair of rooks off the board. Oh, there's no increment in this game either. Just remembering. I was just playing a game with increment, so I kind of forgot. Another dono. Focus, John. But if I lose games and we get donations, I'm very happy about that. So that would be an okay scenario by me any day. Thanks to Lichess, I'm able to pre-move a lot of moves. Oh, I know how this might end. There we go. We're going to promote. Ignore that last pawn. There we go. Woo! Thank you, Dave Bees. Anonymous with the 20. AK with the $10. And Anonymous with the 10. Fantastic. Thank you guys so much. Sorry it's blocking the A7 and A8 squares. Small price to pay. Yeah, I was in big trouble in this game. Kate Buckby with the $20 donation. I was in big time trouble, I think, round about here. I wonder if Black had been a little more patient if they could have broke through. Because queen takes c2 actually lets the foot off the gas pedal a little bit. Maybe d3 at this point. This is probably about the best position I had in the midst of this attack. I was able to defend. Black got their rook trapped. I was able to come here. So, well, there is still rook e3, to be fair, at this point. Although that endgame looks tough. So, Patrick, you had me on the ropes there, my friend. That was tough. c5 looks risky because of the capture here, but I clearly didn't respond the best way. Ooh, the engine hates this move. Bishop takes d7, says I should go bishop g5. Interesting. Little deflection move. Or queen h5. Or even this. This one I probably should have found. Queen takes b7. Idea d takes c3. Bishop takes d7. Yeah, strong play. Thanks for the game. Let's keep going here. Vinod. Good luck to you. I get white again for some reason. Let's play c4. Okay, I'll go g3 here. Look to develop like this. If black plays d5, I'm going to ignore it. You can sometimes gambit this pawn here. Oh, we got a big dono from No Shortcuts as well. With the $100 and Anonymous with the 20. Thank you, No Shortcuts. I know you. Couple big $100 donations coming in already early in this stream. Thank you so much. Tatterhood with the 20. And in speaking with Lichess today briefly, you guys know Lichess basically running as a total nonprofit. They selected that charity, Doctors Without Borders, Médecins Sans Frontières. Sorry for my terrible French pronunciation. No doubt they selected that carefully, because I think from what Lichess told me, something like 90% of their charitable donations actually go to the cause. There's always going to be some administrative costs and whatnot, but excellent. Yeah. Yeah, they seem to be an NGO with a very good reputation. Okay, I'm sacking a pawn here. Let's open this up. Trying to make it painful for black on this file, but we'll see who it's painful for. It could be painful for me. Thanks again, Tatterhood, with the $20 donation. And Supreme Josan with the 10. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to try to maybe slightly alter this. I think I know what I can do. I think this will be the better option. Let's play bishop d2 here, first of all, just so I can play a move. This might be the better option under the circumstances without messing with my overlay too much. Yeah, just so the A file's not cut off there. So, apologies again, guys, if this is a little scuffed. Thanks again, Supreme Josan, with the $10. Anonymous with a 30. Adjust this just one more time. Okay, how's that? That looks all right for now. Okay, queen d7. So this is kind of what I was hoping for. Running into knight b6. Using the rook on d1. And the x-ray attack here. Thank you, Chris, with the $50. Amazing. That's a beautiful move. That one does look pretty nice. It's pretty hard. I kind of think maybe black should sacrifice the queen. Queen g4 played. Okay, but let's take. I have to be a little careful because knight f4 is a possible concern. Knight f4, and if g takes f4, there's bishop takes f3. So how would I diffuse that if it were played? I don't know. Maybe I don't have to make that decision yet. I can play something like queen e2 here, hit this knight. Maybe queen e2 is decent. This square is covered, so there's no fork that black has. C4. All right. Let's go here. Thank you, Jeremy, with the $100. Multiple $100 donations coming in. You guys are extremely generous. Going to a great cause. You like my style? Thank you so much. I've been playing kind of shaky chess here today so far, but I appreciate it. Okay, let's take and then take c4. Whoa. Inserts that move. Interesting. Okay, but here I think I can go rook d8. I think that was probably a mistake by Vinod. And this bishop survives. Everything's collapsing. Let's give a check and then take here. Take. We'll just clean up the position here. Go win the c-pawn, hopefully win the knight, or checkmate. All right. Yeah, thanks for the game, Vinod. Let's see if you were in good shape in the middle game. I kind of think my compensation for the pawn may have been dubious. I threw d5 out there a little casually. Oh, no, the engine likes white. Interesting. So it likes the two bishops. I wonder if something like bishop h3 somewhere comes into the picture. Okay, here it wants me to go knight g5. Threatening mate, also opening up the attack here. We could have a trade on g5 where I win the bishop pair. Interesting. What about when your queen hit g4? Doesn't like it. Oh, I could have taken on d5. How many of you saw that? I didn't see that at all. I was only thinking of taking the rook. I'd rather win a full piece than an exchange. So that would have been better. Okay, thank you for the game. Norderbeck Magnus. Wow. Intimidating username. You saw it, something pretentious? Very nice. Sean and Rania, thank you for the $20. Thanks to you both. And thanks everyone for tuning in today. We're going for 2 hours, so we're still in our first half hour here. Long stream ahead. I saw it, but it would have taken the rook 10 out of 10 times. It's kind of one of those things where you have to look at the totality of the material that you're getting, right? Yeah, because in a vacuum, you're like, oh, if you have a choice between a rook and a minor piece, you take the rook, right? But not so in a case like that, where we were winning a full minor piece, but only partially a rook because we lose the minor back. Let's attack here. I love my knight on e4. I think white's forced to play queen e1 here. Ooh, that one we can just take. And attack g3. Maybe rook coming in here. Very bad bishop for white as well. What's up, Suad? Someone get John some coffee. Well, I made sure to get extra coffee here. So I should be good to go, but due to the shakiness of my play today, I'm not sure. It's a good day for you guys to try to upset me. Good opportunity. Can you make it so we can see your opponent's rating? Yeah, that got cut off a little bit. This player is 1886. I can tell you. I do apologize. My overlay's a little scuffed. I didn't realize the donations would appear on the left-hand side. So I had to fiddle with the board a little bit. Thank you, Michael, for the $20. Thanks again, Michael. Cormac says, we didn't run enough tests when we built the overlay. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I'm happy to be the guinea pig. Ooh, Rook F2 might have been good there. I think Rook F2 was strong, but this move's also good. Cormac, do you know how many other Lichess Play streams you're going to have this coming week? How many other streamers are going to be helping Lichess raise money for disaster relief? It's a bit like we're in Zen mode, right? You guys can't see the ratings. Not all our Lichess plays, some are tourneys. Okay, excellent. Cool. I'll be very curious to hear about that. What to do now? How do I increase the pressure? Let's just play a semi-waiting move for now, b5. So I feel like white might almost be in Zugzwang. You know? Yeah, because now white's shuffling the rook back and forth, but then I can play rook f2. It was very difficult for white to move the rooks or the bishop in that situation. Okay, so No Joke Chess telling us we'll have Sabina Feuser in about 4 hours from now. We'll have a No Joke AMA. Aha, nice. So you're going to be doing an AMA. And then we have Nate Solon tomorrow. Okay, perfect. That is great. So a lot of streaming on this channel coming up. Okay, let's come back here. Put pressure on g3. Maybe rook coming in once again. Here's Johnny. It might make an appearance on f2 yet again in this situation. Oh, I also had knight d2. Knight d2 would have been good there. Fork on the queen and the rook. Thank you, Simon, with a $36 dono. Appreciate it, Simon. Already up to $836 donated. Thanks for the game, Norderbeck. So I do think that situation when white has to play f takes g3, knight g3, bishop takes g3, f takes g3 is already a little tough for white. I don't like this structure so much for them. Let's see what the computer thinks. But in my experience, this pawn ends up being weak. The e3 pawn is backward and weak as well. The bishop is not participating. I'm going to say this is already like a -1 type of position. Ooh, Engine says even more aggressive evaluation, -2. So, yeah, knight g3 doesn't comport so well with having played h3. If the pawn was on h2 and you could take back with the h-pawn, it might be okay. But this already looks a little cramped for white anyways. Okay, thank you for the game. The injury is up next. 1441. All right. Oh. Game aborted? Why did you abort? All right, we'll give you a rematch. You just wanted me to be white? I don't know. Maybe they clicked abort by accident or something. They really want to test out their Caro-Kann. Okay, I'll be your Huckleberry. I'll play the tall variation. Does all the money go to Lichess, or is it like a percentage does and doesn't? You can ask the Lichess mods, but I'm almost certain it all goes to the charity. but I will let No Joke or one of the mods handle that question. But I would be shocked if it all did not go to the charity. Let's go here. No Joke Chess confirms, says 0% to Lichess. Tiltify takes a small cut, and the rest goes to the charity. Yeah, Tiltify, I think, is the provider that we're using to run this charity. So apparently they take a very small cut. Okay, let's play bishop a3. Strong dark square bishop here to work with. Always uncomfortable for black. That's why I think bishop b4 and taking here. This kind of reminds me of a queen's gambit decision for black. That doesn't tend to pan out so well because with the tension between these pawns, the c4 pawn and the d5 pawn, white can almost always get rid of the pawn. And I don't think white's at all torn up about having doubled c-pawns in the first place. Thank you, Anonymous, for the $20. Okay, let's send this bishop to d6 and be annoying. It's nicely outposted there. Maybe I can go c5 and create a super bishop on d6 if I want. I could take on d5, of course. That looks pretty good too. The super bishop's tempting, but I think knight c8 and maybe white gets a chance to trade for it. So I'm thinking either take or just develop, like bishop e2. Let's just play bishop e2. And knight c8, I'll pull the bishop back, retain it. What is a super bishop? That's just my term for an outposted bishop here, protected by a couple pawns. Interesting move there. All right, let's make the super bishop. You guys convinced me. Fabian, thank you for the $100 as well. Thank you so much. Huge donation. We've got several $100 donations already in the first half hour of the stream. You guys are amazing. Oh, and T. Gall. I think I might know who that is. T. Gall with the $200 donation. Largest donation we've had. Thank you, T. Gall. Take the pawn on h5. Check. Work the knight into f7. Can I try to get my queen over here, too? That might be interesting. Yeah, let's go for that. I mean, knight f7 would hit the rook, but I can try to get my queen involved as well. Looks pretty nice. T-Golf from Iowa, perchance. You know, I think it very well could be. I think I've met and played with the person in question, but up to them if they want to reveal themselves in the chat. Thank you, Oddsy, for the $44. Cheers. Bishop c2. Okay. I think I can just take that. He is a great guy, indeed. Oh, this was hanging. Okay, I didn't see that, but I can come in here. That was actually an interesting deflection by black. Bishop c2, and then take on h5. I like that. That was creative. All right, and now take here. The super bishop, guys. Putting in some work. Knight d7 is a threat. Also, bishop takes e7, and then knight g6. We have to part with the super bishop, but it's going to be worth it. I could also play knight g6 right away, but let's play it this way. The super bishop perishes, but we achieve checkmate with queen coming to e7. Thank you, Injury, for the game. Von Filipov, thanks for the $30. Injury, I think this bishop b4 operation was ill-advised. There's quite a few games that have been played from here. You can see black usually plays knight e7, knight d7. Yeah, bringing the knights into the game is a little more common. Because with this trade, taking on c3, I do think you give up too much play on the dark squares. Yeah, looks like a tough position to play. The engine's saying about +1, and even that feels a little too much, or too little, let's say. I feel like the advantage is even greater than that in practice. Thank you for the game. That's the tall variation of the Karokon. I know a lot of you play this. We've played this a bunch on Lichess plays in the past. Let's keep rolling here. Wichita. Speaking of tall, good luck to you. Thank you for being a Lichess patron. E4. All right, I'm going to play... Let's play E5. This is what I tried to do in my rapid game that I played shortly before this stream. And it had mixed results, I would say. Oh, Evan's Gambit. Okay. All right, I'll take you up on that. Let me play my secret weapon in the Evans, Bishop D6. This looks like such a quirky line, and it is. The point is, if ever white takes on E5, you take with the bishop. You don't take with the knight, you take with the bishop. I think this line is worse than Bishop E7 or Bishop A5, which are the main moves, though, after C3. Usually black plays one of these. Thank you, Otis48, for the $20. Ooh, here... Okay, first thing I look at is, can I play Knight A5? I think Knight A5 would be a good one. Also, I love being John Bartholomew with the $10. Hey, what's up? You're usually in the chat, right? Typically, I see you down here. Thank you for the $10 donation. I'm still looking for Neverness down here, too. Neverness is usually watching somewhere. Shout out to Neverness. This player is rated 1283, by the way. Try to keep you guys apprised of the ratings. This person has been doing Yuri's E4 course on Chessable. Does he recommend the Evans? Okay, so I won a pawn there, and I eliminated the bishop. You would think that would be good. However, I am still grappling with how to defend this. Let me think. Maybe Bishop E7? If I take E4, I feel like D takes E5 creates some problems here and here. So probably Queen E7 or Rook E8. Maybe Rook E8 is better. Rook E8. We get a trade. That should be fine. Yeah, let's go for this one. This is another common move in this setup with the bishop on D6. At some point, I may play B6 and bishop B7, but I need to stabilize in the middle of the board. Boozle McDoozle, what's up? Another familiar name. Thank you for the $20. Thank you, Boozle. Once again, if you're just joining, we are raising money for the earthquake relief for Turkey and Syria. Médecins Sans Frontières, Doctors Without Borders. That is the charity that your donations are going towards. Okay, queen takes d4. I'm still suffering from this e5 threat. I think I might need to play g5. Always a controversial move, this g5 move, because you weaken your king. But I think it's justified here. Break the pin. I mean, kudos to Wichita, because they're putting some pressure on me here. Playing a gambit against an IM. No, seriously, I love being John Bartholomew. Donates $10. And Camille Inha with the $100. Camille Inha. Thank you so much. We're up to $1,390, folks. Okay, I got to be very careful here. E5. I'm thinking this move probably doesn't quite work out. Think, John, think. Take E5? I think I'm going to take E5 and then go D6, actually. Or maybe I should take H4 first. We'll see. Might just take H4 first. Looks simpler. 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 Looks simp Yeah, we'll go with that. And no queen g4, right? I've got that covered. So I think I can start unwinding here. I am still up a couple pawns. Kingside's fractured. I probably have to discount this pawn. But I think I can start unwinding at this point. 35 minutes in, chat discovers custom username donations. Right, now we're cooking, right? Let's bring this in. John, are you hiding the rating intentionally? Yes, all intentional. I don't want you guys to see the ratings of the players who take me down. Andrew with the $100. Thank you. And Sam, the heady head. Oh, this is fantastic, you guys. Cash your dreams with the $100. Rolling in. Raising lots of money for an important cause. I know I can't speak for everyone, but in the U.S., I definitely feel like this earthquake has been underreported. It's been getting a little more recognition in the news lately, but the scale of the human tragedy unfolding there is enormous. And, you know, I hope also we can just raise some awareness for what's going on. Okay, thank you, Wichita, for the game. Ran out of time, but man, you put me under pressure here significantly. Let's take a quick peek and see if there were any moments where you had like a clear initiative. I do think Queen B3 was a little mistimed. According to the Lichess database, we're still in some solid territory here. Usually white plays Rook E1, Knight BD2. So again, the bishop is awkward on D6, but it does help fortify here. Okay, it actually didn't like Knight A5. It's suggesting I just take on E4. Probably should have thought about that. Or take on D4 for that matter. Where's Neverness? Good question. Hopefully Neverness shows up. Yeah, take. Yeah, this looked kind of scary for me, but it actually may just be fine. Even though I'm opening my king, it's pretty concrete. I'm hitting the bishop, also trying to get in. Knight takes E4, rook takes E4. Yeah, I think black was actually fine, but we were both getting low on the clock, especially me. Hey, I mean, Wichita, you made a couple of mistakes, but that was a great effort for your rating, 1238. I mean, I think if you play like that, you're not going to be 1238 for long. So thanks for the game. Keep playing the Evans. Okay, Thanos Style. Good luck to you. Let's play E4 in this one. Oh, Ragnar, thank you with the $20 donation. Camilina is my lady friend. Okay, cool. I am the real John Bartholomew. Okay, let's play C4 against the Caro. A lot of Caro Con players out there. Thank you, Real, for the $10 donation. Will the donations pass John's chess rating? Man, I hope so. I hope so. That's incentive for me to get my rating up, too. So it can be passed. Thank you, ZMC. Trying to pay attention to the YouTube chat as well. Appreciate it. Okay, let's go bishop d3 here. So this might end up being like a classic IQP situation. Again, black plays bishop e4. That is playable here, but I'll be curious if black follows through and takes on c3, because I tend to think those positions are pretty nice for white. Yeah, it'd be funny if Lichess like added 10,000 points to my elo right now. Ooh, okay. Now I feel like I might have an opportunity with taking d5 and then taking f6. So let's take here first. And if pawn takes, I'm thinking bishop takes f6 to try to draw the enemy queen away from the defense of d5 so we can go ahead and capture there. Thank you, Jessica, with the $100 as well. We'll be getting multiple $100 donations. I would imagine Lichess is going to put out a blog post about this as well. The money that they'll be raising this week and potentially beyond. No Joke is very active blogging for Lichess, so it's possible he's already written something. Okay, let's think. So I'm going to go here. Oh no, my pawn. Okay, black didn't fall for it due to this. Okay, now I have this move, though. Bishop takes h7. King takes h7, knight g5, and pick up the bishop. Thank you, Mustafa, for the $20. All right, let's be careful, though. Let's pull the bishop back here. Try to take. Defend the knight. If black plays bishop takes f3, I can take with the queen and then come over queen h3, queen h5, and try to get to h7. Okay, and this move order doesn't work out because I can take. And there's no danger with a pin anymore. Take this. No Joke says a blog with a schedule is the plan. I'm just waiting on streams to be confirmed. Okay, excellent. Thank you, Thanos. Good luck. Have fun. Oh, sorry, I missed your messages there. Thanks for the game. Okay, so I actually just had a game like this the other day. I played knight c6, and then on knight f3, I actually went bishop e6, kind of like that Heaven's Gambit game that I just played. Blocking the e-pawn usually is not advised here, but this move is playable. There's also quite a large body of theory with bishop g4, going for the pin on the knight. So that's another option if you want to try that out sometimes. But e6 is solid. Lots and lots of games here. Yeah, it looks like my move, bishop d3, actually isn't the most common. Usually white taking right away or c5. And probably taking on c4. Yeah, and playing like bishop e7, that does look more solid. I think the bishop deserves to come here. It breaks a pin if one gets set up with bishop g5. So probably the better option. Okay, thank you for the game. Let's keep rolling here. Jugui, 1926. Thank you for being a Lichess patron. Good luck to you. Thanks again, Mustafa, for that donation, and also Jessica before that, and Anonymous with the $20. Cheers, Anon. Okay, let's play a modern. Good luck to my opponent. Should I go Peart's modern or Gurganidze style with c6 and d5? Always a close call. What is the chance that we will play? So if you challenge, everyone has an equal chance of being selected. There are quite a few challenges right now, and thanks to everyone for watching. But everyone has an equal chance of being selected. John, I'm studying your Scandinavian course on Chessable. There's a lot to cover there. Would you recommend I memorize every single line, or is that impractical? My rating is 2100. I wouldn't recommend that you study every single line, but I would focus on the main lines with queen c3, with knight c3, pretty heavily to start. Hey, Fortissimo, I know you. Thank you very much for the $50 donation. Cheers. Thanks again. Yeah, so definitely look at the knight c3 stuff on move 3. That is the main line. You'll get that in the vast majority of games. I think some of the sidelines are worth covering too. It depends on your rating a little bit, but if you're a Scandinavian player, you see like e5 on move 2 quite a bit, knight c3 on move 2, even knight f3. So I'd pay attention to those as well. Okay, b3 is a little unusual. I'm going to go knight takes e4 and do this center fork trick here. Hello, Pat. How's it going? It's going great. Yeah, this has been an awesome stream so far. We've got a ton of support for disaster relief here, benefiting Turkey and Syria. So I'm doing great. This is amazing. Okay, and white didn't take the knight, so probably I will take. And then let's go c5. Pressure down the diagonal here. Maybe knight c6 coming. Mega Speeder fan says, thanks for supporting my country. Hey, it's the least we can do. And thank you for tuning in. Hope you're doing all right. Okay, should I take d4 or play bishop g4? Let's take d4. Take d4 and knight e5. Kind of looks like a Sicilian now, like a dragon variation. I've got this bishop here. Probably looking to play bishop d7, rook c8 coming up. f4. Yeah, let's go knight c6. I would have preferred to keep the dark square bishops on board, but I think this is okay under the circumstances. Queen d4 might be played. Queen d4, king g8. Just try to calm this position down a little bit. Let's go queen b6. Just have to be a little careful because my king might get opened up. But I am up on the clock here. Also up the pawn. Thank you, Volkan, for the $20 donation. Appreciate it, Volkan. Okay, take. And just be careful about something coming to attack g6. Like if white plays queen d3, I have to be hyper vigilant. I'm thinking queen c5 might be a good move here. Trying to threaten b5. And this doesn't work because my queen is defended. So the discovery should be ineffective. Yes, we're closing in on 2K. Yeah, so this is where white's threatening this move. So I just need to take care. Probably king g7 here. d5, probably also a good move, but I'm going to go king g7, I think. And now let's go for the centralizing move, queen e5. Trading pieces. You guys know me, I love my trades. I feel like white has sufficient compensation for the pawn. I think now probably not, but maybe a little earlier white had some compensation. But yeah, you blink in a position like this can change in a hurry. Now this central cluster should be very good. Go f4, get the two connected pawns. f3. If here, maybe bishop d3 is the idea. So, I think that should probably be sufficient to win, though. So let's play it. Force white to give up for the pawns, the bishop for the two pawns. All right, thank you for the game. I think kind of an experimental development for white in this one with the whole b3 operation. Usually the bishop develops out to a conventional square, e3, g5. And remember this knight takes e4 move. There's lots of lines, actually, so this one is pretty common. If white castles, lots of lines where black gets in, knight takes e4. And then knight takes, and then d5 with the fork. So I do think even after b3, knight takes e4, white should go ahead and try to win a pawn back, like bishop d3, take, something like this. But looking pretty good for black already. I've got some nice pressure here. So I wouldn't recommend putting your bishop on c4 like that in this line. There's a couple lines where that's playable, but usually without knight c3. Okay, thanks for the game. Okay, Shady Igbaria. Have I lost any games this stream? No, it's been close a couple times, but I have not. I'm going to play my specialty line here. In Bullet, you catch a lot of people pre-moving because they go e3. Thank you, Barjwalk, for the $20. Thank you, Barjwalk. Benefiting Médecins Sans Frontières, also known as Doctors Without Borders. Relief for Turkey and Syria. All right, e6. Have any of you guys got that trap, by the way? Like e3, bishop takes d1? I swear it happens so often. Okay, let's go knight c6. I'm usually happy to make this trade. Get that half-open h-file working. When white has played h3 and g4, I think that's a nice situation. Okay, it's possible for me to blunder here, though. If I play bishop takes c5, I run into bishop takes g7. And 3 queen d8 with the $100 donation. I love that. I mean, only a chess player is going to laugh at that. And especially a Scandinavian player. Thank you, 3 queen d8 for the $100. Getting us nearly to 2K donated for the stream. But yeah, that is a reference to the, I would assume, the queen d8 Scandinavian. Coincidentally featured in the oldest recorded chess game from the late 1400s. Vinolas versus D. Castalvi. Played where? Do you guys know where that game was played? We actually talked about it on, I think, last stream. I think that was a Lichess Play stream I talked about it on. Without looking it up. Where and also when was it played? Yes, that is correct, K. Buckby. It was Valencia. It was in Spain. I actually don't know the exact year. I want to say it was 1475, but I could be wrong. Oh, and Pat with the $10 donation. Thank you, Pat, 6578. Also in the chat. And Helois with the $130 donation. Thank you, Helois. Okay, knight e4, I think, could be a blunder, so let's play knight d7 instead. And Transu4545 with the $20 dono. Thank you, Helois and Transo. Also, Pat, 3 queen d8. Transu, is that a reference to the 45-45 league on Lichess? We're getting very meta with our references here. Shout out to the Lichess leagues. Recommended if you want to improve, like playing those longer time controls. There's also the Lone Wolf League, which is 30 plus 30 games. I've had a lot of students play those over the years, and they're great. Okay, I feel I'm close to winning this game, but I still need to be careful. Like, if I castle, I'd be walking into some potential pain here. So, I can't believe I'm going to play this move, but let's go here. Looks like such an awkward move, but I'm going to do it. Bombcloud next with the $30. Hey, maybe I can work that in. Thank you, Anonymous, for the 5. Okay, you guys are approaching my rating. We're at 2165. Let's see. Knight d7. Kind of want to get rid of this dark square bishop, too. That piece is really annoying. I thought my knight would do some more damage here, but it's not proving to be the case. Yeah, I'm going to play knight d7. I have a feeling white's going to go f3, e4, which would often be the point of f3. It goes f4 instead. Okay. Let's go c5. The donations are coming in fast here. Clavino with the $20. I lost a Scholar's Mate. My condolences. With the 50. Don't worry, I lost a Scholar's Mate. It happened to my brother as well in his only chess tournament. He started out 4-0. He was all cocky. It was our state elementary tournament. He thought he was just going to go in there and win his remaining games and win the event. And then he got Scholar's Mated, and he never played a tournament after that again. Okay, let's go here. And then here. I'm sharpening the struggle when white is down on the clock. Take. And if white moves the king, okay, I was thinking knight takes b2, which I think I can still play. Yeah, knight takes b2. If rook takes a5, I take there. And this is carnage. The double check, the dreaded double check. Okay, thank you, Shady. Thanks for the game. Sharp one. Let's see. I think castling queenside was probably the biggest single move mistake. I guess there's a couple things going on here. So one, knight takes g4 is a threat. I probably should have pointed that out or considered it. Well, can't point it out if you didn't consider it. I don't think I was looking at knight takes g4. But if you hadn't castled, the position still looks a little sketchy for you to me. But maybe you can play it if you keep your king in the center. Maybe like g5 or something. Yeah, g5 is the top move. But after you lost that pawn, I mean, you got a little compensation maybe. I don't think I played this quite so well. But it doesn't ever look like sufficient compensation. Oh, here though, if you play knight takes d5. Thank you, J. Carmody, 4545. People shouting out their tags in the 45-45 league with the $45 45 donation. You guys are getting creative. Look at this move. Knight takes d5. So if you would play this right here, breaking through in the center, your king is actually quite safe because you guard a1, and I have to worry about queen takes d7 coming in. I'd have to play some defensive move. Rook d8, queen c7. So what happens here? This, check, here, queen b7. Interesting. And then it's saying the game should end in a draw because I ought to just defend here. Okay, sharp one. Thanks for the game. I love that 45. Hey, we got a lot of 45-45 league enjoyers here. GZT as well. Shout out to GZT. With the 45-45 dono. Okay, let's play a semi-Slav. Yeah, good luck to Dave Bees. Thanks again for your donation, too. If you're just joining, this is a fundraiser for Médecins Sans Frontières, a.k.a. Doctors Without Borders, benefiting Turkey and Syria. Relief for the current disaster that happened recently. That terrible earthquake. Thank you, Chespionage, for the $20. I like that username. Yeah, Chespionage. That's great. Okay, b3, but now I get to go c3, and I feel like this pawn being jammed there is going to make things difficult for Dave. Well, let's see. Rook c8. Try to go for c5. Looking pretty good. Yeah, let's advance. Should I take e5 and then trade queens? But then I feel like my bishop on e7 has some issues. So let's actually play h6 here. I think h6 might be the way to go. Yeah, I'm glad the 45-45 league is getting some love. It's a very professionally run league. You play one game per week, so you don't have to be like available at a certain time each week. It's a little more free-forming. And there are, I believe, 2 sections there. I think the cutoff is like 1,700 or 1,800. Can't quite remember. And also the Lone Wolf League, which is 30 plus 30 games. Similar type of format where you play one game each week. And you communicate with your opponent. Lichess tells you who your pairing is, or the organizers of the league do. And you find a good time to play the game. Is how it works. So if you have a busier schedule, but you want to get in some good practice in games, I would highly recommend that league. It's about the best like quality games you can get online. Close to tournament quality, I'd say. Okay, I got to be careful here because my opponent has a knight. So let's step here. Invite knight g6, but then pull the king back to e8. Okay, so I got Dave to retreat. I think now I'm probably just going to try to barrel through these pawns. Maybe bishop e2 was a move worth considering too. Looked pretty good as well. Let's take this. Take. And then we'll motor through here. Might not even have to take the pawn on c4. Oh, thank you. Don't forget Lone Wolf League 30 plus 30 with a $30.30 donation. Yes. Yeah, and coincidentally, I just mentioned the Lone Wolf League. Love it. There's also a classical league, right? Classical league, which I think is 90 plus 30 games. Mm-hmm. So maybe we'll get a $90.30 donation right on Q2, but no pressure. Oh, there's a Chess 960 league too? Oh, that's cool. 20 plus 10. I don't think I've ever played a Chess 960 game at like a rapid time control. Always like blitz or bullet. Hey, right on cue. Thank you so much. Series equals Lone Wolf greater than 45-45 with the 90 plus. That's an extremely meta donation. We're adding layers here, folks. With the $90.30 donation, we're at 2466. We're getting up there rating wise for the total donation. Just trying to finish this game off. We'll do the old ladder checkmate. Hopefully I can do that with 9.3 seconds left. Thank you, Dave, for the game. So this one, let's see. I feel like when you play B3 in this line, it's just too tough long term because the pawn on C3 being protected, this should be a big advantage for black. Oof. Yeah, the engine is pretty harsh with this evaluation, but I think stands to reason. With the pawn sitting here unprotected, you can try to maneuver and attack it. Yeah, like knight d2 makes a lot of sense, attacking here and attacking here. But as soon as you play b3 and black gets to solidify that pawn there, becomes extraordinarily difficult for white. But you still made it interesting from here. I mean, had to dodge some stuff with your knight. Probably my technique wasn't the greatest. But I was just making sure, like, if knight g6, I can go king e8, stay out of range of this pony. 2 squares away diagonally. Good way to dodge knight checks. Okay, thanks for the game, Dave. Thanks again for your donation, by the way. Let's keep rolling here. I think we're at 100 challenges. H semi. Good luck to you. And Chesscapade, thanks for the $50. Getting us up to over 2,500. We're in GM territory now, guys. Can we push for Super GM? We've surpassed my peak FIDE rating, which was 2477 or 79, something like that. Playing a Scandinavian here. Let's go bishop g4. A little bit more of an aggressive move. Knight c6. Usually I put the pawn on c6, but this is interesting. Sometimes you can swing this queen over, as I'm doing now. And it's often the case, like knight e5, knight d4 is pretty irritating for white. So I like doing this when white has played d3 specifically. I think they have to be very careful. Okay, so this is interesting. Taking here is the automatic move. I think I can win a pawn if I do that. Take, take, and then knight d4 at the end. But what if I play knight d4 right away? Nah, that's probably unsound. Like take and then this. Nah, no way that can be good. I kind of want to do it, though. You know what? Let's just do it. We're going to follow the Lichess plays mantra that if it looks interesting, we just go for it. We got to try it. Okay, so the point here is this knight is glued to the f3 square because if they take d4, they get mated on h2. I'm threatening to play knight takes f3. However, I see a defense for white, and I wonder if h semi will come up with it. Let me see what their rapid and classical ratings are. Hey, from Turkey. Hey, H semi. This is even more, fortuitous that we're playing. If I can use that word. And obviously there's a big tragedy we're talking about here, but it's amazing to run into a Turkish opponent And condolences to your country and your people, along with all the Syrians affected too. Rook E1. Yeah, that is a good move. Rook E1 was the move I was worried about, actually, because if I take and take, Queen H2, Queen H1 is coming in. Let's castle here. GM Fins, thanks for the $20. Charlie Hansen says, wow, $2,500 already? Amazing, yes. The support of the Lichess community. DD Mannion with the $100. Getting us into solid GM territory. 26-36. Okay, Bishop F4, sensible move. So the whole point, again, is that now I don't even have Queen H2. So I need to think hard about how I'm going to get compensation here. Do I handle the Lichess.org account on Instagram? You might have been talking to one of the mods. I do not. Okay, Rook E4. Let's play Bishop C5. I need to play actively here. If you're going to be down material, you better go for activity. You better try to complicate the game. So I can maybe take aim against F2. Thanks again, DD Mannion, for the $100 donation. Oh, thank you, Platon, by the way. I see your nice comment on YouTube. Shout out to Olgan from Turkey, by the way. Thank you for tuning in. Also, Wanna Be More, also from Turkey. Says it's worse than what you see on the media. I can't even imagine, man. Yeah, I can't imagine. But we're all happy to be here supporting. Queen D2. So take, knight takes F2, maybe. Should I take with bishop or knight? Which is more testing? I think probably knight takes. I think probably knight takes. Who's better, Fins or Ginger GM? Thank you for the $5. Ooh. I think depends on the time control and our state of mind. Thank you, Anonymous, for the $20. Okay, so white is moving the king out because Queen H1 mate was a threat. I can take the rook, but I might want to take the opportunity to check first. I could check and then Queen G2. Nah, probably taking the rook is best. Close call. Oh, there's also this move. How about this? Looks interesting. Keep this under fire and maybe go Queen H1. Because I'm thinking if I can get white to block off the E2 square, then Queen H1 is mate. And if you're playing in a pub or not, yeah. You know, funnily enough, Simon and I have played in a pub tournament, or a tournament that was at a pub before. The Battersea Blitz Chess Championship, which is at the Battersea Chess Club in London. You can check out those videos on my channel. It's like in-person games, me and Simon, also against other players too in the tournament. That was already like 4 or 5 years ago now that we played. All right, let's run Harry in honor of Simon. Run the H-pawn. All right, thank you for the game, H-semi. So you found some great defensive moves there. Yeah, this is an unsound sacrifice, knight d4, for sure, and I think you played this correctly. You took, you were not afraid, and then I am threatening knight takes f3, queen takes f3, and then queen h2. So I think rook e1 or maybe bishop f4 are both good here. Let's see. Yeah, bishop f4 and rook e1. So maybe we can try to discover where things went astray for you, because this looked pretty reasonable. Yeah, I like the knight e4 suggestion of the engine. Try to bring another piece over to help the king. Maybe knight g3 could be played. Oh, bishop c5. Okay, queen d2. So the engine seems pretty adamant that queen d2 is a big mistake, because it does allow me this momentum, right? I get to take, fracture your pawn structure, and then take f2. Okay, it likes queen takes f3 here. So instead of queen d2, knight takes d4. Knight takes d4. I was probably going to take with the bishop, let's say, and then bishop g3, come back and solidify the pawn on f2. Makes sense. That does make sense. Got it. Okay. Thank you for the game. And let's keep rolling along here. Il Bloco, you are up next. Let's play d4 in this one. With Ginger GM in the Goodnight Bar. Oh, yeah. He's probably been there multiple times. How many of you have visited the Goodnight Bar in Oslo? I imagine we've got some viewers who've been there before. If you're Norwegian, you've almost certainly been there. Been there a couple times. Yeah, it's a chess-themed bar owned and run by chess players called The Good Night. It's in like the center of Oslo. They've hosted lots of events there too. So in addition to just being a normal bar, pub, I think they've run like several chess events out of that location too. And for a while, they had a grandmaster as one of their bartenders. I don't know if that's still the case. But, you know, probably one of the highest rated players to make you a drink. Okay, let's reposition this knight. I tend to think this knight on f3 deserves to go to a different square. In truth, I'd like to occupy e5, but that's going to be a little challenging here. Okay, b5. I'm going to take on d5. Then send the knight up to here and try to start maneuvering in. c6 could be weak, so maybe I can attack that in the future. Okay, we got some advanced maneuvering on our hand, folks. Maybe knight takes e4, knight f4. Let's go. Let's do that, because I have two threats here, this and this. Let's see if black is able to defend both. I think queen b6 is probably the move here. But then knight e6, and I fork the rook and the bishop as well. This looks tough for black due to the weaknesses. To check if you're sober enough, they make you solve a puzzle. Yeah, like solve a checkmate in 2 or something. Hey, Phil. I see your comment on YouTube. Thanks for watching the stream. Oh, yeah, I had to mess with my my overlay a little bit because I wanted to show the donations, or the donations were appearing up here since we're running this earthquake response, this charity stream. So apologies for that. The overlay probably looks a little bit scuffed. Yeah, Black Sexy Exchange, that's a reasonable decision, I think, given the circumstances. Let's take this pawn. If bishop d7, I might take here too. By the way, I believe chess.com is running some charity relief as well in the coming days. I know chess.com has like a specific turkey. I don't even know what you would call it. Like they have chess.com Turkey as well, with people running that part of their organization. So I believe that they are organizing various donation events as well. So I just wanted to mention that too. Whatever platform you play on, there are options to donate. And chess is such an international game, right? I personally know of many Turkish players. I hope them and their families are doing okay. Same with Syrian players as well. Thank you, Anonymous, for the $200 donation. My rook c7 move wasn't so effective. Let's come back. Thank you, Anon. Getting us to 2881. 2881.50 raised for this stream. I think we might have passed Magnus's all-time rating, right? That's close to his peak rating. Very close. Okay, I think my opponent's going for e3. Let's try to put a stop to that. And if bishop b4, bishop c3. Oh, and that definitely pushes us over. Sorry, Magnus, eat your heart out. We got to 2,900 first. And not only that, we're close to 3K. So thank you, Anonymous, with the $100 donation yet again. The Anons are coming through huge. Extremely generous of you out there. All right, let's play here. And Il Bloco ran out of time. Pretty good defense at the end. I wasn't making a whole lot of progress because this knight on f5 was pretty solid. Thanks for the game. What advice can I offer about this one? You kind of went into like a stonewall variation with the bishop on g7. That's an interesting approach. Maybe this whole plan of a6 and b5 was misplaced. I feel like that plan was a little weakening. Oh, and my opponent's in the chat here on Twitch. Thank you for the game. I don't know, though. It still feels like even here, you're doing all right. Let's throw the engine on real quick and see. Okay, it gives plus 1.5, but it's kind of the more stable variety. You might have to grit your teeth and defend. Bishop b7, reinforce this pawn, a5. Okay. Yeah, I think when knight f4 hits, this is a tough position. I was thinking queen b6 here. Oh, rook f6 is also possible, covering e6 and guarding c6. So that's a good move, too. So one of those two moves probably keeps you in the game. Thank you very much. Tough game. Okay, Dennis, you are up. Thanks, everyone, for challenging 3-0. Just a reminder of the Lichess plays rules, of which there are a few. Anyone can challenge. You don't have to be a Lichess patron, nothing like that. Anyone is free to challenge. Thank you, McSnubbits, for the $100. Pushing us over $3,000 donated to charity. Earthquake relief. $3,081.50. Let's go here. Knight f6. Alapin transposition. Thanks again, McNubbits. What was I saying? I forgot what I was mentioning. I'm just taken aback by the generosity of you guys. Oh, yes, the rules of Lichess plays. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, yeah, anyone can challenge 3-0. And that's just one of the principal rules. It has to be a 3+0 game. Can be casual or rated. Up to you. Let's play this old chestnut. Those who are French defense players know about this one, probably. And if bishop takes d7, we come back with the knight. You can win a pawn. And it has to be standard chess, too. So just normal chess, no variants, nothing like that. Thank you, Spence, for the $10. Also, Gadzinsko with the 5. All right, c4. That seems like bait. You know that GIF? Like, that seems like bait. I think I can take this, but queen a4, I play b5. Let's see if Dennis goes for that. Illustrious Bird with the 20. Also, Transu with the 50. Ah, Transu is back again. You were Transu 45-45 earlier, right? Okay, now I'm probably going to take here. Or d5. d5 might be a better move. Yeah, let's play d5, solidify. Do you accept 3+0 from a solid 1900? Absolutely. I will accept it from a loose 1900 too. So feel free to send that challenge. Bishop e7. Daniel says, I'm so proud of the Lichess community. Thank you for donating. Yes, me too. Thanks again, guys. Thanks again, everyone watching, donating, supporting, spreading the word. And just a reminder, there will be other streams coming up this week. Lichess has multiple streams planned. I think they're just communicating with other streamers. Sabina, it sounds like Women's Grandmaster Sabina Foyser is already confirmed for later today. I'm going to tune in later. Should I go bishop d3 here? Or I wish I could do both. Like rook takes f3 and then bishop d3. Or bishop d3 and then rook takes f3. Can't do both, though. Let's play rook a2. I have another super bishop outposted by 2 pawns. How about a fluid 2000 instead of a solid 1900? We're going to go through all the states of matter. Indeed. Attack f2. Pile up the pressure on f2. Anon with the $10. Thank you, Anonymous. Knight d2. All right, so some possibilities here. I think I can take pretty effectively, though. How about queen d4 now? Queen d4 hit the knight, and also the queen behind. Yeah, that should be good. I'm a little lower on the clock, so watch that, but this is a pretty effective move. We get the queens off the board, and now I should be able to roll these pawns. Let's do it. Let's get these pawns marching up the board. Now, it'd be nice if I had played one pawn move around my king, but I think this is fine. Let's play this over. Just being vigilant. Like, if rook c3, I was not going to take. Rook c3 actually might have been a decent defense. Let's take this one now. And then come here. Yeah, rook c3 instead of king h2 would have been a creative defense. Now we'll play that one pawn move. Just secure the king. And then look for rook c1. And just not get back rank checkmated. Do not get back rank checkmated, John. Take here. Sometimes I like to address myself in the first person just to really drive home the point, you know? John, you can win this faster, you know? That would be great. Ah! Oh, I thought I lost 57 points there. Congrats, Dennis, for the draw. I thought I lost 57 points on that one. I did lose 7. Thank you. Yes, you managed your clock well at the end. You started playing fast in this desperate position. You caught me with my guard down. So the undefeated streak here on Lichess Plays ends today. Or for the stream, it ends. Well done, Dennis. I think maybe you can drum up a little bit of counterplay around here, but it looks pretty tough because I am hitting your rook on f1 with tempo. c4, maybe you thought you had queen a4, but then went back, walked that idea back because of b5. But yeah, you took advantage of my time pressure. Technically, you're still undefeated. It was a draw. Yes, that is true. Thank you for propping up my ego. That is true. But I'm probably losing rating points for the stream, which is okay, but... All right, let's get back in there. My rating loss is your guys' gain. Okay, Grubler, you're up next. Congratulations again, Dennis. Not losing donate. Yeah, exact donating. That's right. John, you will be rated Stockfish level 7 soon. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Thanks again, Anonymous, for the last 2 donations. Grubler, are you there? Maybe not. Okay, you can always re-challenge. Hey, Cormac, we're playing one of our mods. Cormac McCarthy, good luck to you. Ah, you're an Alekine's defense player. Oh, Jochen. Let's do it. This is our Cormac, I'm pretty sure. Oh, actually, he says, no, that's not me. Oh, I could have sworn that was you, but I guess you would know. False alarm. This Cormac McCarthy is not the mod on the Lichess channel. Well, thanks to both Cormacs. Uh-huh. So the Cormac mod is with a C in Cormac, the first letter of Cormac instead of a K. Thank you, Bognome, for the $20. Bognome. I went on a Wikipedia binge one time, like reading about bog people. Ancient people that have been discovered in peat bogs. Usually in Europe. There seems to be a lot of people that have been discovered there throughout history. Pretty fascinating if you're into that. Okay, let's take. And then I think Queen G4 here. I should have a nice position because the structure is fairly weakened for black. I know you guys do that. You go down Wikipedia rabbit holes. I think everyone has done that in life. Ooh, and now I get to take here. Knight F7 or Queen takes E7. Probably Knight F7. Are we going to get a smothered mate opportunity? Oh, no smothered mate. I'm still waiting for it. Govgan for animals. Thank you for the $18. Govgan. Might be Govgan for animals. Thank you very much. Yeah, I was trying for the smothered mate. It didn't work out. Oh. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be cracking up about that, but yes, that was Go Vegan for Animals. Go Vegan for Animals. I was like, Govagain, that's an interesting name. I'm sorry. Thank you very much for your donation, most importantly. I'm sorry I botched that. Kind of a boring move, Queen E6, offering a queen trade. Probably C4 was more dynamic, actually. Trying to win the E7 pawn. But I'm up in exchange here, plus a pawn. Was this queen getting trapped? Rook E5. Then queen back to G4. I feel like I might be able to trap that. Oh, we got to try this again, right? We got to... Wait, what? Look at this, though. What is my best move here, guys? Cormac, I'm going to have mercy on you. I'm not going to take your queen. Oh, he resigned. I was about to show some mercy and not take the queen. But yeah, I didn't get to land the smothered mate. Didn't get to land it. I like this version of the smothered mate when they take with the knight. Of course, black could take with the rook, true, as well. But the version where they end up taking with the knight for some reason, I really like. It's like the dichotomy of the knights. The duality of knights here. Thank you, Cormac, for the game. So I think that situation on the king side was a little awkward for you. Bishop e6, like maybe this is playable, but probably you should play, what, like knight d7 in this position? Knight d7, yeah. We might still be in some theoretical territory here. A couple games from this position. Black scoring, decent, I guess. Some draws, a couple white wins. I've seen some games where sometimes white will move this knight and then take on e6. Yeah. But I think once this happens, this position looks pretty difficult for you. Probably losing. Thanks for the game. I think you must have been anticipating rook e5, and that's why you played queen back to g4. All right, Polar FR. Thanks again, Go Vegan, for the last donation. Bognome, Anonymous, everyone who's supported today. Let's okay, I'll take the pawn. I usually don't take the Mora pawn, but why not? Let's go for it. Mm-hmm. E6, A6. What is your guys' preferred setup when you face the Smith Mora? Those of you who accept the Smith Mora, what do you typically do? This setup, I think, is pretty decent. It's like a Khan Taimanov setup. But you got to be vigilant about a knight coming to d5, always. I have a student who plays this from the black side. Shout out to Fortissimo, if he's still here. You got to respect knight d5 in the Smith Mora, always. Let's go here. If this were a Bughouse game, White would be calling for a knight so they can place it on d6. That would be tremendous if White was able to do that. You were, okay, yeah. Oh, Cormac McCarthy is also on Twitch. I think I merged your guys' usernames in my head. Cormac O'Bear, one of our Lichess mods, and Cormac McCarthy. But you are, in fact, two distinct people. I kind of want to have you guys play right now. Just play against each other for the Battle of the Cormacs. Anonymous with the 100. We are up to $3,334 donated. Another $100 donation coming in from an anonymous donor. Amazing support today, guys. We still have about 30 minutes left of this stream. So, my sincere gratitude, Lichess's sincere gratitude for your support for Turkey and Syria. Knight c4. Yeah, let's go knight c4. Try to win one of the bishops. Could also have traded on f3. Maybe knight f4 was a consideration too. But let's play like this. We're stronger than Stockfish in 2013. Yeah, that sounds about right. What's the top end rating for the latest version of Stockfish running on the best hardware? What is it right now? 3650? Does that sound about right? I mean, it's all hypothetical ratings, but ooh, I wonder if this happens, if I have to be careful about Queen B2. That'd be pretty radical. Let's play knight f4 first. This queen is actually experiencing some difficulty. There's not a whole lot of squares. There's c2 and there's f1. 3,700. Pat says 3,684. That sounds precise, so I'm going to believe you, Pat. That is 3,684. You wouldn't lie about a number like that. Let's come here now, I think. Over 3,700, according to one popular streamer. Interesting. It's hard to conceptualize that. That Stockfish is, 1,000 points almost higher rated than everyone but Magnus base. Well, I guess that's not true. Let's call it 900 points higher rated than the World Elite. Hello, Reggie the Pug, donating $5. Thank you so much. Do you guys think we'll see a engine versus human matchup in any fashion going forward? Any match similar to the Deep Blue Kasparov matches? Or do you think that era is basically done? There would have to be odds involved or some way to make it somewhat competitive, right? Maybe Magnus would play Stockfish if there was a ton of money raised for something. I think we've all wondered, if Magnus played Stockfish 100 times, what would happen? I don't think it would be that surprising what the result would be. But what would be the ultimate score? Okay, let's try to checkmate down the light squares here. 2 pawn odds. I think even that is already pretty difficult for the humans. Because Hikaru played a match against Komodo, right? That was already a couple years ago now. And I think some of the games involved 2-pawn odds. Or was it 1 pawn? Thought he might have played it with 1 pawn and 2 pawns as the odds. Take here. Don't get back rank mate to John. All right, just converting here. I didn't let Polar land a mate on G7, so far so good. Thank you, Jan42, by the way, for the $50 donation. And Anonymous with the 5 and the 10. Thank you for those Anon donations. All right, Polar. Appreciate the game. I think you just failed to generate some counterplay in the late opening / early middle game. Like, I think this whole A3, B4 plan is a little slow. Maybe you can make an argument for A3 because it does allow you to drop the bishop back. But I think B4 in particular, you should be looking for something more aggressive around here. Like maybe bishop G5. Get the bishop in the game somewhere. If you play bishop G5, that at least forces me to make some potentially difficult decisions. How I'm going to unwind from here. Pancake Gremlin with the $10. Thank you, thank you. So you need a little more sense of urgency when you sack this pawn. By the time I get organized here, I think this is clearly better for black. Although still potentially complicated. Ooh, look at this, though. That's a mistake by me. It allowed knight takes e5, followed by knight takes b5 with the discovery. So that was one of your chances. Okay, yeah, thanks again for the game. Let's keep rolling. Shout out to Aryan. I see you there in the challenges. Thesaru Gambit, you're up next. 1531. Sorry again that it cuts off the ratings here, guys. We had to do some adjustment of the stream on the fly. Okay, let's play a hyper... No, let's go knight c6. Maybe I'll play like a Sveshnikov. We'll see how Thesaru Gambit plays it. Okay, boulder attack style, bishop c4. If you play Sicilian below like 1800, you'll get this so much. The boulder attack. People love, love, love this stuff. And here too, I can play this center fork trick if I want. So take. I don't know if it's so much that they love the boulder attack, but a lot of people play against the Sicilian as if they were playing against e5 if they're like an Italian game player, for instance. That might be a better descriptor of what goes on. Attack here. Okay, now this is an interesting spot because I'm up a pawn. This pawn is pinned. I can take, but I could also try to play something like c4 maybe. Looks interesting. Let's do that. John, next time you play against the Caro, can you play the Fantasy? Yes, I can try that. Absolutely. If I remember, which is a dubious proposition. Okay, let's take now. This is kind of reminding me of that game with Dennis, with the way I have the bishop here and the pawn here. Thank you, Sally Bovich, for the $20 donation. Shout out to Sally. Longtime viewer on Lichess Plays. Okay, bishop b4 might have been good there too, but I can still play it. Thanks again for your support, Sally Bovich. Okay, and Thesaru resigns. Yeah, so I think Thesaru, this is another occasion where you don't purely have to give up the piece, right? You could get 1 pawn for it, although I'm forking you and I will win the piece back. You can get 1 pawn for it. Maybe bishop d3 is the best way to achieve that. Take. At least then you don't have to surrender the bishop pair. So that's probably what I would have done. I think here, if you had played knight e5, it's still kind of interesting. Yeah, knight e5 hits this. I probably would have moved my queen to defend. My pawn structure is a bit wrecked. So that does look playable. Okay, thank you for the game. Let's keep going here. We got time for several more challenges. Kraton, you are up next, 2167. What's the origin of my username? Yeah, it's the Jimmy Buffett song Fins, which I happen to be listening to at the time that I made that username. Do I listen to music? Nope, never heard it. Never listened to any piece of music. Just kidding. That was a funny question. Yeah, I do. I'm kind of a classic rock guy. That's my genre, but I listen to a lot of different stuff. You are playing without ratings. The ratings are there. They're just hidden. This player's 2167. And I might get another chance for the center fork trick. Do you like food? Okay, take, and then d5. We've seen this idea already multiple times today. Okay, and this is one permutation of it. Bishop takes f7. So white knows that they're going to have to give the piece back if knight takes e4, d5. So now white's going to take, and I think here, I actually looked at this exact position recently because I think a student of mine played the black side of this. And I think you want to go h6 to guard g5. Makes a lot of sense. Do you play chess? Do you ever try water? Yeah, okay, let's go bishop g5 here. Annoying pressure on the knight. Apparently Jeff Bezos doesn't like music at all. That's wild. I've never heard that. Now, how do I play this from here? Because white's going to go h3, right? I'm thinking it might actually make sense to play g5. h3, bishop h5, and then come back to g6. Yeah, let's do that. Just prepare some clearance for the bishop. Because when you fiend Caton on one side of the board, then it can be annoying. Like if my pawn was here, white would play g4 and trap the bishop. I wonder if that Bezos comment was referencing that on Twitch you get like DMCA'd if you played music. That's probably what Sasha was getting at. Okay, not everyone gets DMCA'd, but you're taking a risk that you might. Yeah, nice little bishop pair here. And white has weakened their king side. We both weakened our king side. But I feel like white's weakening should be more significant because the bishops help shore things up on this side of the board. Maybe I go queen f8, rook e8. Yeah, queen f8 is looking pretty attractive here. Let's play it. Bear down on the knight. Because this looks kind of shaky. Like if king g2, yeah, maybe I can go knight e5 already. And if take here, rook takes, take f2 at the end. I'm liking the look of that. Let's do it. Oh, you weren't making a joke, Sasha. Just something you heard. Interesting. Okay, I can probably take here now. This is my whole plan. Part with the light square bishop, but get at f2. Oh, this move. Okay, I didn't see that was possible. Actually, that's a strong counter argument. Do I have some way I can keep this complicated? Because the problem is if I take, I'm going to lose a piece. Maybe I take here now. Maybe. I don't know. This is getting weird all of a sudden. Probably should take here. But yeah, I didn't see f3. Looks fairly obvious in hindsight, but... Okay, now take here. Because I'm thinking if white takes this, then I get to win f3. If check here, probably no problem. I just block on g7 somehow. Do I want to try to keep queens on board? I'm up a pawn here, right? So let's go queen g7. Pressure coming up. Or maybe just c6. Let's go rook c8 and play for c6. Try to liberate the rook ASAP. Take. Thank you, Gooch, for the $5. Thank you very much. We are almost up to $3,500 raised today, benefiting Turkey and Syria. Let's play rook c2. Just trying to convert this position. Come here. I'll trade. This feels like a technically winning endgame, although time is, of course, the biggest factor. Push. Okay, thank you, Kraton, for the game. Tough one. I do wonder about this operation here with knight e5. Did I rush that move? Survey says yes, I did. Rook e8 or c6 is better. Just kind of build up or try to break through with the pawns. Yeah, because f3 is a good counter argument here. I thought I was going to break through, be able to play rook takes f2 coming up. But this is somewhat complicated. Maybe if you keep queens on board, you stand a better chance. Because I think the queen trade, now I'm up a solid pawn without particular counterplay for you. So maybe if you kept queens on board, you had a better chance there. I did gain a rating point. Look at that. Hard-fought rating point. Thanks for the game. Play a French John. Do it. Come to the dark side. Oh, I have the white pieces. I can try to play one from the white side. How about that? E3? Requires some cooperation from the opponent. Good luck, stalwart Kangaroo. We have a French defense fan in the chat. Let's play check here. I'm going to go queen a4 and then try to recover the pawn on d4. Looking for black to make a blocking move so that it's harder for them to win this pawn back. What is this opening called for white? That's a great question. I think it is... Oh, I used to know the name of this. I know someone in the chat will know, so I'm trying not to look at chat. Does this start with a K? I'm trying to remember. I'm not looking at chat. I'm trying to tap into my memory banks here and failing. Van Geet's opening is knight c3. I can't remember. Van Kreutz. Oh, yeah. Okay. I just needed to combine the two. I was thinking Van something, and then like K was in my head. Uh-huh. A lot of you knew it instantly. I could see the messages start to appear. Van Kreutz. Probably butchering that pronunciation. Van Kreutz. I did have an opportunity for a Bon Cloud. I passed that up. I like what someone mentioned about E3, that they refuse to believe someone plays this willingly. I can't remember who said that, but that's a good comment on this particular opening. A great chance it's just a mouse slip. Go Vegan for Animals says, Dear John, all donators, thanks from the bottom of my heart. Oh, hey, thanks to everyone here. Yeah, this has been amazing. We still got a little time to go in today's stream. And remember, Sabina will be streaming later today. But yeah, I think I speak for everyone at Lichess that we are blown away by you guys' generosity in the wake of this tragedy that's still unfolding, by the way, in Turkey and Syria. So yeah, thanks everyone for supporting them. condolences to the victims and the victims' families. It is a very, very serious event, and just the scale of human tragedy is, personally for me, like hard to imagine. The number of victims that this earthquake has claimed. And it's great to see everyone supporting the relief efforts through Médecins Sans Frontières, Doctors Without Borders. Exactly. Yeah, we have an amazing community here. Thank you, girl from Egypt, for the $20. Appreciate it. Let's play Rook D1, pushing us almost to 3,500 for the stream. Total donated, not my rating, of course. Let's go. Well, I think I have to assume black's going to go Rook D3 here, so maybe let's just slow play this, like Rook here. This is about the only weakness I have, so I think stands to reason black's going to try to attack it. But now I can go, yeah, maybe I'll just march the king over, king E2. Once I get that move in, it feels pretty secure. Which chess streamers do you watch, John? I don't have a whole lot of time to watch streams, but my number one favorite streamer to watch is Daniel Naroditsky. I love watching Danya, and that's for a few different reasons. Like, he's a friend of mine. I know him pretty well, so I'm always like rooting for him in whatever endeavors he's undertaking. And also, I mean, in addition to just being an incredibly strong player, he has a different style than me, and I do think it's useful to try to learn from players who have a totally different style than yours, because obviously it's going to push like your understanding of the game and how you look at chess. So he's dynamic. He calculates so well. He plays sharp openings. I learn a lot when I watch his streams. I'm going to lose the H2 pawn, but that's okay. We're going to hopefully win this based on my B pawn. I got to be a little careful, though, because this H pawn runs pretty fast. I'm kind of cut off here. So maybe I should go check and then send the rook behind the pawn. Then just be willing to trade the B for the H pawns, because 2 pawns up like this, almost always winning. Let's give it check. 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 And pick up the rook. Thank you, Stalwart Kangaroo, for the game. Also, needed a clean 3,500. Bringing that to $3,500 donated exactly on the dot with that $20.50 donation. Yeah, I was also looking at the 50 cent at the end, and I was like, who's going to bring it to an even dollar? That's great. Thank you so much. Okay, good game, Stalwart Kangaroo. Let's try to get a couple more games in here, maybe 2 games before we wrap things up. That was clean, yeah. That last donation, that was clean. Oh, Cassium, we played you, I think, in the very first game of this session. Are you there? I hear a lot of GMs watch Danya. Yeah, he might be like your favorite streamer's favorite streamer, which is, high praise, right? All right, we're going to abort this game. Trying to get 2 more games in here. We still have our blindfold game to play. Flatterman, good luck to you. 1597. Okay. What if I not play? Oh, yeah, French. I was going to play a French. It's up on the overlay there, too. So this is for you. Play a French, John. Do it. Come to the dark side. And fun fact, Médecins Sans Frontières, a.k.a. Doctors Without Borders, is a French NGO. How many of you knew that? So it's fitting that we're playing a French here. And also, of course, Thibaut, the creator of Lichess, is French. And in true French style, in this opening, we have a fairly boring position. You get this a lot in the Caro-Kann as well. People chopping the pawn on d5. You see that so often. Médecins Sans Frontières specifically endorses the French defense. Official opening. Anna Rudolph swears by the French opening. She does like the French. Yes, that is true. I've heard her talk about the French defense. I don't think there was ever really a time period in my life where I played the French for any period of time, extended period of time. I played it in a couple one-off games. I lost a brutal game on the black side of the Fort Knox variation in the French against Grandmaster Darman Sevakasov. I got destroyed in that game. The Fort Knox variation is e4, e6, d4, d5, knight c3 or knight d2, and then d takes e4. So capturing the pawn on e4 when white defends it. Speaking of e4, let's take with a pawn. Why not? But yeah, Savakasov destroyed me in that game. Also, coincidentally, I played Eric Hansen, Mr. Chessbra. I played him on the black side of that line one time too, when Eric was an up-and-coming player. I was actually higher rated than him at the time. That game ended in a draw. I was at the Canadian Open in 2008, I think. Okay, knight g5. And this was my whole idea. I'm going to go here and try to threaten f4. I feel like I have some momentum with these pawns. I do leave myself exposed here, so I had to make sure that I wasn't getting checked. Like if white could play queen a2, for instance, this would be a disaster for me, right? Queen a2 and knight f7's coming in. I don't think that would be comfortable at all. But if white plays, let's say, queen e2, trying to come here, I think I'll play knight f6 and quickly put the knight on d5. So it's still a slight concern, but I think I can block this. Okay, queen e2. Yep, this is the idea. Could also play b5. I'm kind of looking at that move too. Nah, let's stick with our original idea. Knight f6. Was f6 just bad? Do you mean f5? I don't know. It's an interesting line or interesting option here. It was kind of my intention when I took with the pawn on e4. So the verdict is still out, I'd say, whether this is good or not. Bit of a tricky position. I mean, queen here, maybe? Try to threaten f4 when I disconnect the coordination between the bishop and the knight. Was the knight not trapped? I don't think so. I don't think so. All right, f3. Interesting move. Sharp move. What's going to happen here? Maybe I throw this move in now. Let's do that. Ooh, I don't know about this. I'm really playing with fire here, guys. I think white maybe could have taken here. Okay, now... Can I do this? I might be able to play this move. Take here. Take d5, take here. White has various discoveries. In the spirit of Lichess plays, you guys know what's up. Let's do it. Probably the best move is for white to move this bishop, actually. Like, give this, but then bank on winning the material. Yeah, that's interesting. Could also play here. I'll just take, though. This is getting sharp. I wonder b5 takes. Maybe I play b5. This might be the move. This might be the move that saves me, because now I can move my king, escape the pin, and if white takes here, they lose the rook, which was the purpose of b5, trying to send the queen away. Thank you, Flatterman, for the game. Tricky, tricky. Mistrap knight. Did I miss the knight? Oh, f6 here. That's what you guys were talking about. Yeah, I didn't consider f6 there at all. Oh, mom/dad. I think those are my parents, actually. They're watching. They did mention that they were going to donate. So shout out to my mom and dad. Either that or that's a really timely impersonator. Thank you guys so much. Also, Marcy Mar, thanks for the $20. That is very cute. Thank you, mom and dad. I love you guys. Feels weird doing this to my parents. Like, hey, shout out. I just in streamer mode. Sorry. This has been awesome. Yeah, F6 does look like a good move here. F5 is a mistake. Should have played F6. So sorry, Ben Feingold. That would have been a better option here. The strongest move in the position. I had this visceral desire to support the pawn on E4, though. So that's why I went for that. Now let's just check real quick this whole operation here. Ooh, F4 is not good. Engine says no. But for a reason I didn't expect, knight takes E4, actually. Knight takes E4. Idea, if I take on E3, white can swoop back and pick up the undefended bishop now. Yeah. Instead, this is good. Is B5 a strong move? Yep, B5 looks good here. And that enables me the time to get out of this. Get out of this pin. White could take on C6, but then I can move the knight. All right. Shall we make it the final game of this fantastic stream? Thanks, everyone, so much. I mean, this has been amazing. $3,540 raised for Médecins Sans Frontières, Doctors Without Borders, relief for Turkey and Syria in the wake of the terrible earthquake that happened recently. And there will be streams throughout the week here on Lichess looking to raise even more money for that organization. And let's queue up our final game here. Gonna do the blindfold game. That is our tradition. This is always difficult. Let's see who we get. Blindfold game. Per Pixel. Shout out to Per Pixel, frequent viewer of the stream. Okay, let's play a Sicilian. Thank you, Shrimp Scandy, for the $70, bringing us to over $3,600. Thank you, Shrimp Scandy. Great username. I've always loved that one. Yeah, waving to my parents on. It's just a habit. Hopefully they won't hold it against me. Okay, this is a weird position already. What is up with this? Queen back to D2 from Per Pixel. But let's try not to use too much time. Let's go G6. Okay. So this is like the Magnus Sicilian, right? The so-called Magnus variation. The queen coming here. F3. Okay. That's castle. Just as a reminder, you can follow me on Lichess if you want to see the pieces. Your stream is not broken. Don't worry. This is a blindfold game. I am a semi-trained professional. There we go. No Joke Chess just dropped a link. Thank you, No Joke. Per Pixel is coming after me here. I like this. Knight H3. Okay, let's bring this here. Rook C8. I think this knight's coming into F4 or G5, one of the two. Look for one of these squares to light up. There we go. Probably I should keep this bishop, but I don't know. Now let's play knight here. Hopefully I can keep this position in my head. This is a little unfamiliar to me. I did have a game somewhat recently on my channel featuring this formation. It's a quirky looking line for white, if you can actually see the pieces. But there's some merit to it for sure. He is professional, but you definitely shouldn't try playing blindfold at home. It could hurt your head. Yeah. Could be hazardous to your health. Actually, the old chess masters have talked about that. These guys who gave blindfold simuls back in the day, they do mention that. I mean, it is cognitively tasking in a way that you wouldn't expect something cognitively demanding to affect you, like splitting headaches. Maybe you would expect that, but thank you, Smiley Face, for the $20. Okay, let's go Queen C7. Also, dubious move with the $20. We'll be rating GM Raven Sturt in a moment, by the way. Oh, excellent. Okay, and he's helping with the fundraiser as well. Oh, he's a Grandmaster now? That's awesome. I played him several years ago. I didn't know he made GM. Congrats to him. Thank you, Anonymous, for the 10. Rounding out the stream here. This is the final game of this stream. I'm trying to hang on against Per Pixel. Wait a second. I think that was a big blunder. Can I go Bishop H6 now? I think that wins the queen, right? Isn't this still here and here? Queen D2, king on 8 on C1. That's one of the major things in the dragon formations you got to watch. Because, wait a second, Queen D3. Why is that legal? Did white play King B1? Oh no, now I've lost my way. I don't know where the pieces are. I think I probably have a fork. Let's go for it. I thought the king was still on C1. Evidently, white played King B1. Oh man, this is where it gets sketchy. That's got to be a fork, right? Queen C4? Really? Okay. Okay. I think I see your point. I'm scared to take something now. There's still a rook here, right? We'll let Per Pixel take with check. They can take check on E6. Okay, go here. I'm going to have to rely on the flag. I got to go for the flag. Can I take this now? Take the bishop. Get that bishop off the board. Takes with the king. Okay, so the king was there. Now I can take this bishop, right? I should be up a piece here. But man, I'm confused. Okay, take. This bishop is still in the game. King there. Okay, what about this now? Attack C3. Take? Wait a second. Wait, I can't take? Is there something on E5? Take this? I couldn't take with a bishop. I'm sorry. I've lost the position in my head. Now E5? Okay, why couldn't I take on C3? I'm so confused. I think I'm still going to win, but I was very confused there. Oh, my knight was still on F6. Uh-huh, that was the piece that I was up, the missing piece. I got really excited over Bishop H6. Yeah, white played King B1 pretty early after castling. Immediately after castling, actually. That's exactly the type of move that in a blindfold game could easily escape your attention. Yeah. So, okay, so F5 wasn't as bad as it seemed in this position, but okay, and even knight takes D1, not the best. Probably rook takes here. Is that what it's going to want me to do? Rook takes C4. Okay. Rook takes C4, take here. And still look to fork the two rooks. That is much, much better for black. Because I'm probably going to be winning a bunch of pawns in the end. And in this position, white got discombobulated with the in-between moves. Could take, and it actually says it's equal. Because of the attack here, I guess this bishop is strong enough to give white compensation. Taking here, maybe bishop F5. Yeah, and in hindsight, this would have been cleaner. Knight takes C3, because I get to do that with check, and then scoop C8. I'd be up a piece. This one's not as accurate, because if white saves the bishop, like let's say the bishop comes back here, this knight is trapped. Okay. Thanks for the game, Per Pixel. And thanks again, everyone, today for watching and supporting. This was an incredible stream. I myself had no idea how this would go. I'm pretty sure Lichess didn't either. And this certainly has surpassed our expectations. You guys have been so generous. Final count, 3,660 3,660 USD raised for relief for Turkey and Syria after this terrible earthquake. Yeah, amazing generosity. Médecins Sans Frontières is the NGO that we're donating this to, the charity, also known as Doctors Without Borders in a lot of countries. I think that's the direct translation, actually. And yeah, thanks again, everyone, for supporting some huge donations. We had a lot of fun, too. I like the custom names that you guys were putting in for the donations, shouting out the Lichess leagues. So once again, much appreciated, everyone. Thanks for watching on both Twitch and YouTube. We're going to raid Grandmaster Raven Sturt, who apparently is also doing some fundraising. And I will see you guys next week. Check out the schedule. Look for a Lichess blog post. No Joke Chess says he's going to publish something indicating all the streamers who are going to be taking part this week. The goal is to raise even more money. Thanks again. Have a good one. We'll see you guys later.